Why do you freeze during an exam? Why do you stutter when talking to your boss? Why do your hands shake on a first date? You prepared for weeks. You know the material. You practiced in front of the mirror perfectly. But the moment the spotlight hits you, your mind goes blank. You choke. And afterwards, the shame hits. I'm weak. I'm a coward. I'm useless. Stop. You are not weak. You are not a coward. You are simply running an outdated operating system. Your body is trying to save your life. The problem is, it's trying to save you from a lion, but you are sitting in a math class. We are going to open up the hood of your brain and fix your pressure system. I am going to teach you how to turn anxiety into rocket fuel. First, let's meet the saboteur living in your skull, the amygdala. This is a small, almond-shaped cluster of neurons deep in your brain. It is your ancient alarm system. 10,000 years ago, life was simple. If you saw a lion or a rival tribe with spears, your amygdala screamed, "Danger!" It hit the big red button, fight or flight. It dumped a cocktail of hormones into your blood, adrenaline, and cortisol. Maximize blood flow to the muscles so you can run. Increase heart rate so you can fight. Dilate the pupils so you can see the threat. And this is the key part, it shuts down the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is the logic center. It does math, language, complex reasoning, and future planning. But when a lion is chasing you, you don't need to do calculus. You don't need to write a poem. Thinking is slow. Reflexes are fast. So the amygdala pulls the plug on the logic brain to save energy for the muscles. This system worked perfectly for our ancestors. It kept them alive. But here is the problem. Your amygdala hasn't updated its software in 50,000 years. It cannot tell the difference between a physical threat, a lion, and a social threat. Public speaking. So, when you stand up to give a speech, your amygdala sees 100 pairs of eyes looking at you. It thinks, "Aha! A pack of predators! Danger!" It hits the fight or flight button. Heart races, palms sweat, and your prefrontal cortex goes offline. That is why your mind goes blank. It's not that you forgot the speech. It's that the part of your brain that holds the speech has been unplugged. You literally become stupider in that moment. This is called an amygdala hijack. So, how do we stop this hijacker? We have to trick the system. We have to speak the language of the body to calm the mind. Hack number 1, threat versus challenge. This is a mindset shift used by Olympic athletes. Here is a secret. Biologically, fear and excitement look almost exactly the same. Racing heart? Check. Sweaty skin? Check. Butterflies in stomach? Check. High energy? Check. The only difference is the label your brain puts on it. If you think, "I am unprepared, I might fail," your brain labels the energy as anxiety, threat. It constricts your blood vessels. You perform worse. If you think, "I am ready, this is my chance to shine," your brain labels the energy as excitement, challenge. It dilates your blood vessels. Oxygen flows to your brain. You perform better. Next time you feel the jitters, do not tell yourself calm down. It is impossible to go from 100 miles per hour to 0 miles per hour instantly. Instead, steer the car, say out loud, "I'm excited. My heart is beating fast because my body is giving me extra energy to crush this presentation." Reframe the physiological signal. It's not fear, it's fuel. Hack number 2, desensitization. Why can you sing perfectly in the shower but choke on stage? Because the shower is a safe context, the stage is a threat context. You cannot just practice the content, the song. You have to practice the context, the pressure. Special forces train with live rounds. Why? Because if they only trained with blanks, they would panic in a real firefight. You need to simulate the pressure. If you are scared of exams, don't study in your bed with lo-fi hip-hop playing and snacks on the table. That is too comfortable. Go to a library. Sit at a hard desk. Turn off the music. Set a timer. Put your phone away. Replicate the exam conditions. If you panic about public speaking, don't memorize your speech silently. Stand up, record yourself, or gather 3 friends and make them stare at you with stone faces. You need to expose your amygdala to the scary situation repeatedly. The first time, it screams, "Lion!" The 10th time, it says, "Maybe it's a small cat." The 50th time, it says, "Oh, this again? Whatever, it's safe." This is called exposure therapy. You bore the fear to death. Hack number 3, the box breath. Okay, let's say it's too late. You are already in the exam room. You are spiraling. Your vision is tunneling. You cannot think your way out of a panic attack. Your logic brain is offline, remember? You have to use a hardware override. You have to use your breath. The vagus nerve connects your brain to your lungs and heart. It is the brake pedal of your nervous system. We are going to use the Navy SEAL box breath. 1. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Hold that air for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. Exhale through your mouth for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Hold the empty lungs for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat this for 2 minutes. This rhythmic breathing forces your heart rate to slow down. It sends a biochemical signal up the vagus nerve to the brain saying, "We are breathing slowly, therefore we cannot be running from a lion, therefore we are safe." The amygdala stands down. The prefrontal cortex turns back on. The lights come back on in the house. You are back in control. Hack number 4, control the controllable. The root of all anxiety is trying to control things you cannot control. You cannot control the outcome. Will I get an A? You cannot control other people. Will they like me? Obsessing over these things creates a feedback loop of terror. In the high-pressure moment, you must narrow your focus to the tiny things you can control. You can control your breathing. You can control your posture. You can control the first sentence you speak. You can control reading the question carefully. Focus on the process, not the prize. When an archer thinks about the gold medal, he misses the target. When he thinks about his fingers on the bowstring, he hits the bullseye. Be where your feet are. Do the work in front of you. Pressure is inevitable. Life is full of tests, interviews, and difficult conversations. You cannot avoid the pressure, but you can change your relationship with it. Pressure is not a wall to stop you. It is a filter. It filters out the people who haven't upgraded their system. Once you learn these tools, you stop fearing the big moments. You start seeking them out. Because you know that when the heat turns up, everyone else will melt. But you are going to forge steel. Don't let the lion eat you. Tame the lion. Ride the lion.